Good afternoon and welcome then. It's just after 1 on Monday, the 8th of June in the year 2020. I am Pete Dutton. Welcome to this Rovers TV Q&A. And today, well, we have one of the hot prospects joining us today and tipped for a bright future in rugby league. He is the player that all the mums want to take home and mother, and everybody else says, what a great future he's got ahead of him in the game. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome rising star Jake Sweeting. Way afternoon, Jake. How you doing, buddy?
Good. How are you? Thanks.
I'm all right, mate. I'm all right. Good to see you. You're looking well, mate. You're looking quite bulky there. Have you been working out a bit?
Yeah, I've been training. I've still been keeping up on my training a few times a week. So hopefully it's going to be paying off by the time we get back into it.
Well, you're looking good, Jake. You're looking good. That's all I can say from here, mate. At this point of view, how was this lockdown and this isolation affected you, mate? What's it? Obviously you'll have noticed a change, but what's the major change?
Just like not being around the environment of rugby, like being around everyone, training all the time, like just routines a bit. It gets to you a little bit, like you just want to be out there talking to everyone, training, playing games. It's not very nice, is it? But I suppose we've got to deal with it, haven't we?
And apart from training, Jake, and obviously keeping yourself trim and in tune, etc., how else have you filled your time?
I've been going fishing. I don't mind doing a bit of that, and I've just been literally going out, walking, running, just passing my time like that.
So you're into a bit of the older fishing. What's the biggest thing you've ever caught?
Oh, not too big. I'm only a little carp fisherman. Nah, so not too big.
All right, because your adopted dad told me the biggest thing you'd ever caught was a cold, but I told him that can't be true.
No, that's something he can catch his Ben.
Well, Jake, I don't know how many of these you've seen. Basically, we'll start off with a few questions about yourself so that the viewers can get to know a little bit more about you and your rugby league journey, and sort of like what's led you to where you are now. We'll also then move on and ask you a couple of questions, so like quick fire answer questions, where you only need to give us one word. Then you'll get an opportunity, Jake, to really share some juicy insights into your teammates, etc. The juicier the better, but keep it clean. It's a family show. And then we'll open it up then to the viewers. We've had a few questions that have come in already for you, and then obviously we'll see how it goes. So starting right at the beginning. Now you'll have to forgive me, Jake, because normally what I do in my prep for these is I go on Wikipedia and I have a look and see what it says. Anyway, I went on Wikipedia, couldn't find no about you, mate. So, I can't even say when you were born, where you were born, etc., etc. So I'm going to have to play this by ear. So my sources tell me that you are a Castleford lad by birth. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, I've grown up in Castle all my life. I was born in Ponty, and other than that, I've been Castle through and through pretty much.
Okay. So talking about rugby league then, Jake, how did you start? What was the first? When was the first time you picked up a ball, and what was the first ever club that you were at?
Well, I started watching, like, I used to go down to Cas games and stuff like that, being a Cas lad. I think my dad started taking me down from like 2, 3, and then he took me down to Castleford Panthers when I was 4. And so I went down then. I did a few training sessions, and I left it a year. I wasn't very good back then. Like, I used to mess about. And then he took me back down with my dad when I was 5. And I think from then I've not stopped playing. I think then when I think Jamie Benn was my first coach, but I think he played at Fev as well, did Jamie Benn? And since then, I stayed down at Panthers till 14. Then I moved to Loch Lane before I got picked up by Cass.
All right, right. So, did you come from a rugby family then, Jake? Where was
my dad played for Travellers, which is a Fev team, I believe, and so he said he told me about that. And my granddad were a coach as well, so pretty much rugby's been all the way through my family.
All right, right. That's good, is that then? Because obviously you get that early introduction, you get that early feel, and you know it's kind of like where you want to be, etc. So you then start playing, and obviously you're at still a young age, Jake, and still growing up. What was the first sort of like position that you played?
When I've always been an halfback. I've literally sort of on it position I've ever played. There in fullback, literally on it too I've ever played.
Do you have a personal choice, Jake? Where would you say you feel most happier? Would that be fullback, 6, 7?
I always amateur and obviously coming and growing up, I preferred fullback, but I didn't mind playing halfback as well. Like I like running with ball, so fullback were more to me. But obviously, I could play halfback, and I still enjoyed playing there as well.
Okay. You were brought into the Castleford Tigers youth system. So how did that come about? And obviously, it's got to be a proud moment for you, you know, local lad going to his local professional club.
Yeah, I mean, just like they did a few training sessions. They did like a development squad, and then they picked from that. So I got successful from that, and then picked up for a scholarship. And then I think I didn't play much my first year. I came off bench a few games, that were it. I never started a game. And then my second year in scholarship, I had a really good year, and luckily I got picked up for academy where I spent 3 years there.
And was there any sort of like stars there at the time that you were playing alongside?
I played with like Jax O'Neill and Callum Turner, who both played first team at Cass. Like I came through with them, and Lewis Johnson at Warrington as well, who's played for Super League there.
All right. So obviously you're making early inroads, and you're getting a feel for it. And was it then that you decided, look, this is really what I want to do? I want to be a professional rugby league player.
Yeah, I mean, I've never really had a backup route like that. It's always what I've wanted to do is play rugby. So, I mean, to get this chance to play for Fev and play rugby, it's always been a dream come true for me.
Okay. So, obviously you want to move on and you want to play at a higher level. You then sort of like finding your feet, etc. And eventually you get the chance to join Featherston Rovers. And how did all that come about?
We're a bit of a weird one, really. Like, I'd got a contract from Cass that offered me, and then I got my agent rung me up and said that Featherston were interested, and then since then it were a no-brainer, really. Like, I just wanted to come and play first team rugby, so Featherston was my first choice.
You touched a little bit there, Jake, on you having an agent. How important is that, you know, for any rugby league player? And do you feel that it is important to get yourself an agent at a very early stage in your career, so that at least you know you're going to get the best going forward?
I'm not too sure, to be fair. Like, my agent's been very good for me, sorted everything out. He did all my contract for me and everything, which I've got to give him a lot of respect for doing that. But I wouldn't say, like, at a young age it's not really that important to get one and get sorted, if you get me. Like, I managed to get I was at Cass before I got my agent signed, until like it's come down to nitty gritty where I need a contract before things got sorted.
Okay, it's obviously, you know, with you being a younger member of the squad, obviously you've got a lot you can talk about more recent steps of how you actually go about becoming a rugby league player. And I know that there's quite a few viewers, etc. We've had a few questions along a similar sort of vein, So like saying, as a young man starting out in rugby league, what are the best steps to take to make it towards where you are now?
Listen to advice and just concentrate on yourself. Don't try and just focus on yourself. That's all I can really say. Just don't focus on making other people look good. Got to make yourself look good to get there.
Yeah. I can buy into that. That obviously it's about your self performance, isn't it? And it's about your self well-being, if you like. That you want to progress, so you've got to look after yourself, and you've got to be prepared to do whatever it takes to get to the top of the tree, if you like.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what you got to do.
Right. Okay. The closer and closer you get to the first team at Featherston Rovers, and then I think it's Boxing Day friendly that you left quite an impression with a fantastic 80-meter try. What was it that that stands out for you in that game and that try? Talk us through how that try came about, if you can, Jake.
I can't remember. I can just remember the ball bouncing up to me, and I, as soon as I caught it, I just run. I'd never run as fast in my entire life. I just wanted to. It was my first try against a professional side, a first team side. So I just wanted to get there and score.
And obviously, I know we spoke after the game about it, but you did. You took it well. You made your mark. And did you think, right, this is it now? This is me, well on my way to future glories?
Yeah, it's just something that I want to do. I wish I could do it every game, but it's just one of them things that happens every so often. But you just got to embrace it when it does happen.
You were obviously at Cass, and then it were announced that you were joining Featherston. Did you get any grief from any of your Castleford mates?
No, not really. I mean, they're all who I'd played with, and that they're all supportive of it as well. So I think they were just happy that I were making a good move and somewhere where I could improve my game as well.
Yeah, so going back to that self-improvement again, that is important.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. How easy was it for you to settle in at Featherston? And did you find it relatively easy? Because we hear kind of rumours that there's a certain player that was adamant he was going to take you under his wing. You can answer, Jake.
I was very quiet at start. I hung around with Jimmy Beckett and all young ones. I played with Jimmy at Cass for a year, so I sort of knew him through that. And then obviously I started. Obviously Blackie then thought he could take me under his wing, and then since then I've just been pretty much with Ben.
All right. So is Ben Blackmore the kind of guy that you really want to aspire to be in? Because we hear kind of rumours that he gives you fashion tips and he tells you his beauty secrets. Is that right, Jake?
No, I'm definitely. I don't know where it comes from, that bad fashion sense. Because I think I pull up a bit better than Ben. To be fair, I don't know where it comes from. That.
Oh, brilliant! Did the trip to Valencia and the trip to Spain, did that really help you? Sort of mix with the squad and bond with what was relatively, again, I mean, I know there was a core of players who were there the previous season, but there's been a lot of new faces as well this season, aren't there?
Yeah, I mean, it was good. It was a good experience for me. Like going over there, you're spending a few days with just the players and coaches. So it's a good good squad building experience. And obviously, it brings like going out and stuff with them. It just brings you a bit closer together and get to know each other more.
And did you? What was kind of like the main thing that you learned whilst you were over there?
Just to keep your head focused, and you were there to play rugby, you're there to do your job and not just to go mess about. Like, you've got to keep yourself focused.
Yeah. The COVID-19 pandemic comes along, and it stops the season just as we were getting going. However, for you, you left the fans with a strong reminder of what you can do, and you put in another solid performance, man of the match performance in my mind, Jake, when we played Hunslet. How did you feel after that game? What was the feeling?
Oh, I was very happy. I think it was probably one of the best games I've played in my last few years. So I was chuffed to bits with it, really. It couldn't have gone any better from my my first game at Hooker as well at a top level. So we're really happy.
You didn't play the best, Jake, I'll be honest.
Right. Well, joining us now, which I'm pleased to say he's made it. We've actually got Jake's adopted dad joining us on the Q&A. Good afternoon, Blackie. How you doing?
All right, follow.
Yeah, not bad. Jake's just been telling us that about you taking him under his wing, under your wing and looking after him. We did ask him if he was willing to share some of your beauty regime tips, but he said that you haven't got none and that he dresses better than you. So I think there might be a bit of rivalry going on here, Blackie.
There must be. Coloured his hair same as mine a lot this time. Just can't get it cut like mine.
So, but going back to yourself, Jake, and working alongside Ben as well, has it helped you, develop further in your rugby career, having somebody like Ben who's got that experience to play alongside?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Ben's been knocking about a bit. I know he's played Super League, he's been Mount Championship, so he knows what he's doing. It's good to have someone like that that's playing at side you, so it helps you out as well.
Yeah. And Ben, what's it like having a future young prospect to, I won't say groom, because I think groom's the wrong, mould is the word I'm looking for.
It's like having an ailing boat. He follows me around all the time and I can't get rid of him. No, it's good. He's coming on well. If he keeps his head down and trains hard, but just a bit thick at training. It's hard work, man.
So, would you say, Ben, he's got to listen to his dad a bit more?
He has. That's the one. His real dad's got to listen to me properly.
Brilliant. Right, Jake. I'm going to ask you a few questions now about
I'll let you get off, boys. I'll get off.
How you going, Ben?
Yeah,
thanks for joining us quickly, mate. All the best.
See you later, Ben.
Brilliant. A little surprise there, Jake. Even I didn't know that was coming, mate. But yeah, good stuff, mate. Sorry we didn't for putting you on spot, but your dad were keen to make sure you were all right and we were looking after you. So I'm going to ask you a few questions about your teammates now, Jake. Who have you known in the squad the longest?
Jimmy Beckett.
Yeah. And where did you first bump into Jimmy then?
We were at college together, and then obviously we were at Cass's with me at the same time as well.
Okay. Who would you say in the current team, who would you say fancies himself the most? Who's the one who's always...
Ben, definitely.
Is that Ben, yeah? It's amazing how many people have said that. Is it true it's a toss-up between him and Connor who's always in the mirror the longest?
Yeah, I shared a room with Connor as well in Valencia as well, and he had about a choice of about 5 tops and didn't know which one to wear. And I think he ended up winning out in one of mine. So he's probably up there.
Brilliant. So obviously, Blackie had told you which ones to wear. Connor couldn't decide, so he wore one of yours. It's the Blackie influence all over. It really is.
It's going round.
That's it. Who would you least like to be stuck on a desert island with? Out your teammates?
Jerry, Alec, definitely. Oh God,
the assassin.
Painful that. Yeah,
why would
painful.
Why would it be painful, Jake? Do you think he'd end up killing you?
He's just thick, and he's worse than me. He's Alec.
He's just sick. poor the Jerry the assassin. He's really taken some stick in these Q&As, but yeah, good fun. Who would you most like to go on a big night out with? You can say me if you want.
A big night out? Oh,
yeah.
Probably Lockie. Probably Lockie, because some of the stories he tells us are unreal. We've had a few funny ones off him when we've been out. So probably him, yeah.
Who's the funniest member of the current squad, Jake, in your eyes? Who's always making you laugh?
Probably Craig Hall. He's funny, but he's just got dry humour. It's just really funny that he just cracks me up sometimes. Proper. He don't mean to be funny, and he just is. It's just lucky for him, innit?
He is quite. I like Craig. He's a good dry sense of humour, which I can relate.
Yeah, he's just proper really dry, isn't he?
Who's the most intelligent member of the squad? Who would you find sat down doing the crossword in the Guardian?
Oh, Dean, definitely. Dean Parata. He's always reading books and cooking and everything. He's proper intelligent, is Dean.
Yeah, I was talking to Prats, and we're going to try and when this lockdown's all over, we're going to try and sort this. Featherston Rovers come down with me, and there you go, Jake. You'll have to get your cooking skills up to speed.
Yeah, I'll get practicing when it's time to start it then.
Yeah. No fish and chips on this one, mate.
No, I won't serve that
up. Who can bench press the most?
Oh, Fergie. Jesus. I can remember he does like double of me, and more than double probably. I looked at it and I think my jaw dropped when I saw him do it. I was shocked.
So what's he pressing then, Jake? What do you do it in kilos?
Yeah, I think. I'm not sure what it was at the time, but there were definitely a lot of plates on bar. It shocked me. Made me look like a weeble.
So at least Jake. You know where you've got to go, don't you? You know how you've got to, get there to be.
Yeah, definitely.
As much as Fergie.
Yeah, definitely.
So he's obviously the kind of like the strongest guy. Then, would you say, in the team?
Yeah, you've got to be.
And if you had to spend lockdown with just one teammate, who would you choose, and why would you choose them?
Oh, I'm not sure. It's a tough one, that. I would have to go Ben, because he's always doing something, and he's always out and about. So probably have to go with him.
Yeah. So Blackie'd be the one that'd look after you again, eh?
Yeah, he probably would be.
Right, Jake, some quick fire questions coming at you then. One word answers, mate. And then obviously we'll fire through these. Tea or coffee?
Coffee.
Sweets or crisps?
Sweets.
Brown sauce or ketchup?
Neither. I don't like them.
Oh. Pineapple on your pizza or pineapple off your pizza?
Off your pizza.
Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Early morning or night bird?
I'm a night bird.
A night in with the lads. Sorry, a night out with the lads. Or a night in with the missus.
All right, that's to be a night out with lads. I ain't got a missus, so.
There you go then.
While I can.
Any of you young available ladies out there, we'll try and get Jake fixed up. There'll be loads of them now swiping right, Jake. You know what I mean? So we'll see if we can get you a date, mate. No worries. Ben Blackmore or Dad? Ben
dad.
Blackmore or Dad? Your dad.
Dad.
Which one? Yorkshire or Lancashire?
My real dad.
All right, mate.
Yorkshire.
League trophy or Challenge Cup?
Probably Challenge Cup. It's a bigger event, isn't it?
Old Trafford or Wembley?
Wembley. It's funny. I played at Wembley when I was younger at school. When I was at school in national final, so I've been lucky to. I've played there, so it's definitely got to be there.
All right. How did that come about then?
National school final, which we got there, and finals held before main Challenge Cup game every year, and luckily my school got there and played there when I was year 7.
Did you win?
No, we lost. We lost by I think 2 points, I think, or something like that. So it wasn't really a good day.
All right. So something else you've got in common with Ben Blackmore, then you both played at Wembley.
Yeah, I think I did it before him, so I completed it. But he went and won there, didn't he? So
yeah,
he probably got better than me on that.
Okay. Club or country?
I never had a chance to play for my country, but I'd probably say that's probably one of the biggest games you can ever play. So I'd have to go country.
Fev or Cass?
Fev.
No, you've nailed your colours now, mate. That's it. You've nailed your colours.
Yeah, it has to be done.
All your mates will be giving you some grief now, mate. Jake, we'll open the floor up now. I've got a few questions that fans have sent in, and we'll start with, just bear with me a minute, official try line. They ask us to ask you, what are your 3 top rugby moments?
Playing at Wembley, that's probably up there. My try against Fev, and then my try for Fev against Dunsley. They're probably my top 3 moments.
Yeah. Okay. Bethany Jane asks, what made you get into rugby? And she's followed that as well with, what's your favourite part of being at Featherston Rovers?
Well, just my family in general, like a big rugby family that got me involved in rugby, and then Fev's a very good side. They always have been, and it were for them to show interest in me. I really wanted to come and prove a point that I could play at such a good club like Fev.
And what about the second point? What's your favourite part of being at Fev?
I think that the team, I think all lads they're all very good. It's enjoyable. It's you come, you have a laugh, you do your training, go home, like you're playing together and that as well. So that's probably, I think the boys are probably a favourite part for me, like being around them.
So obviously being part of the team and having that banter is a big aspect.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Friends of the show, official try line again, ask, what advice would you give to someone who's wanting to start out and progress in a career playing rugby league?
You've got to enjoy rugby. You can't. There's no point playing it if you don't enjoy it. So just enjoy it and focus on yourself and want to be determined to make it. Like and improve yourself. Like work hard, train hard.
Is there any times, Jake, where you feel how can I put it? Do you ever feel lonely in this progression? To play rugby league.
I mean, on it time I've ever felt lonely around rugby is when I've been injured, when you're not playing. Like it's not nice watching everyone else play when you're sat on the sideline. I mean, that's when it really downfall there is to it. But other than that, I enjoy rugby and I've never really felt let down with it or lonely.
Who's your kind of go-to person, Jake? When you want a bit of advice or a little bit of help, or who would you turn to? For that?
Usually my mum, dad, or my grandma. Usually ones that I'll go to. I'll go speak to them and see what they say, because they're always good with advice with me. So it's got to be them. Yeah.
And obviously there's no more wise words than wise words from your granny, is there? Really?
No, she's very smart. She knows what she's doing when she tells me everything. So I trust her on it.
So looking forward, Jake, obviously I know you're making a bit of a obviously getting this career now up and running at Featherston, etc. But what's your kind of ambition then? Where do you want to go? How far do you want to push yourself? What's the limits for Jake Sweeting?
Like obviously I want to be the best I can be, whether it's playing Super League like with Fev or without. Like I want to try and make it to top and be the best I can be. And that's all you can dream of being.
And any desire then to play international rugby further down the line?
Oh, hopefully, yeah. If I'm playing well enough and I'm obviously I improve well, then if there's a chance, and I'd love to do it.
Okay. We have another question here. James Cranswick asks, do you enjoy having chicken? And now it says galoomy wraps here, but I'm presuming that's halloumi.
Yeah, it's my mate that. He's done it for the laugh because it's my favourite meal, and they always if you ask what I'm having, I always say that. So it's done me dirty there.
Has he got you one?
Yeah.
Has he got you?
Yeah,
one?
he's got one on me there.
All right.
Yeah.
We have a little question here from your adopted dad. Actually, he's saying, why were you so tired on the coach to London?
No, I can't. No, it wasn't. I wasn't that bad. It were. I can't say.
Has he stitched you?
I can't say.
Has he stitched you?
No, it's all. Yeah, he has. Yeah, I can't answer.
Brilliant. Are you looking forward to getting back playing, Jake? When hopefully, we've seen changes with the Australian Rugby League now, so shouldn't be too long before we can, hopefully see some action back at the Millennium Stadium as it is now.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully we can get something sorted, get back in training, and obviously get games started again. Watching NRL, it makes you miss it a bit more, like watching and not being involved in it. So hopefully, quicker can get started, the better for us.
And obviously, just looking forward to getting out there, getting a call from Webbo to say, right, Jake, you're off, mate, and go make a name for yourself.
Yeah, definitely. I'm looking forward to it.
What teams do you like playing against, Jake? Who's your favourite team to play against?
I don't know. I don't really have a favourite team to play against. It's just one of them. I'll turn up and play whoever I've got to play. Not really.
And is there anywhere where you think to yourself, is there any sort of like, ground where you think, oh no, I don't want to go and play there today? Apart from Cass.
In academy, Wigan. No one ever likes going Wigan. Dirty and good. They're a good side. So other than that, like I won't really bothered with it.
All right, Jay, I've got to say thanks, mate. We're getting towards the end of this now, and you've obviously given up some time today to join us on this Q&A. Obviously, we've had a few questions from viewers, etc. I hope you've enjoyed it, mate. That's my first thing that I'll say to you.
Yeah.
Before we finish, Jake, have you got a message that you give to the Featherston fans, the loyal Featherston fans?
Just to expect big things when we get back. So I know we're all working hard off, like away from Fev. So just look forward to getting us back, and we'll hopefully try and get promotion if it's on.
Great stuff, mate. Great stuff. Well, Jake, it's been brilliant speaking to you again, and it's always a pleasure, mate. Thanks for sharing one or two little tales with us. Thanks for telling us about your rugby league journey. And hopefully you haven't found it too daunting, mate, and you'll speak to us again further down the line.
Yeah, definitely. I've loved it. Yeah, I've loved it. Great
stuff, mate. Well, we're towards the end of this Q&A then. Like I say, I've been Pete Dutton. You've been watching today's Q&A on Rovers TV with Jake Sweet. And a big thanks to Jake for everything. Don't forget, people, stay safe. COVID's still out there. Let's keep it down. Let's, the last thing we need is a massive spike on that. Don't forget, you can join us again next week. Who we have lined up yet, I'm not going to tell you, but I think you'll really like it. And look forward to you joining